Beneath the surface of calm waters hide creatures no fisherman is ever prepared for. This time, they threw the net and got these surprises. Baffling shapes, eerie mutations, and unexplainable finds. These catches reveal that the waters are hiding secrets darker than we imagine. Legends say Montana's rivers hide more than just trout. Locals have also talked about strange shapes moving beneath the waters, forms too large to be ordinary fish. During one fishing trip nearly a decade ago, a group of men experienced something unforgettable. Their net dragged up not a trout, but a dark figure. The footage was blurry, so the full body could not be seen. However, a dark humanoid hand could still be seen reaching out from the net. The fisherman froze, then instantly dropped it back into the water. Skeptics believe it was nothing but an illusion, but the fishermen were convinced that they caught a river mermaid. Amazon catch. Deep in the Amazon, a group of fishermen pulled up something they could hardly identify. Its scales were a mix of black, white, and orange, while its size was huge. The men used all their power to pull it up on the boat. They could not identify it and posted the video online. Viewers debated if it was an arapaima, one of the world's largest freshwater fish, or a pirarucu, often mistaken for it. With so many rivers still unexplored, discoveries like this remind us that even familiar waters can still surprise us with fish that don't fit into any category.
Que é o seu Luiz Ferreira.
Alien find. A fisherman in Texas went fishing like any other usual day, but one of his catches shocked him. He caught a fish that had thick, human-like lips and a full set of teeth that looked unsettlingly familiar. The man joked it was an alien fish, but his video quickly went viral, confusing thousands online. Finally, marine experts stepped in and identified it as a triggerfish, a species known for its odd, almost human-looking mouth. While perfectly natural, the sight was strange enough to make many believe he had hooked something out of this world. Thailand mystery. Locals gathered in Thailand as several men carried something enormous covered by a cloth. Only its tail was visible, which was a massive fishtail. People rushed closer, saying that it had to be a mermaid. The group carefully loaded it near a car, but never revealed its full body. For many viewers, it was enough. The tail matched descriptions seen in earlier sightings, yet others believed it was simply a large fish wrapped for transport, staged to prank onlookers. Whether real or fake, the excitement it caused showed just how strongly people still hope to see mythical beings in our world. Vampire teeth. A group of sailors pulled their net up from the water and were stunned by what lay inside. The creature was dark, almost black, with sharp, fang-like teeth. Even more disturbing was its creepy-looking mouth that was red from inside, giving it the look of something out of a horror film. The men had no idea what it was. They thought it might be a mutation or a failed experiment dumped at sea. While experts later identified it as a fang-toothed fish, one of the deepest dwelling predators in the ocean, the sailors swore its appearance was unlike anything they had ever seen before. Weird capture. While fishing, a group of fishermen caught this strange creature that left them speechless. They put it on a wooden frame and gathered around it. Its lower half was a long fishtail, but the upper body looked disturbingly human-like, with aged skin and completely white hair. Though the video was short, it was enough for many to claim it matched old descriptions of mermaids. Skeptics called it a hoax, but sightings like these are appearing more often, fueling the belief that these beings may be real. What do you guys believe about it? Let me know in the comments. Arowana twins. This rare video surfaced online showing something few people have ever seen: a conjoined twin arowana. Inside an aquarium, the two fish shared a single body, yet had separate faces and tails. Viewers were stunned as the twins swam normally, moving like any other fish despite their unusual form. Arowana are already prized for their beauty and rarity, but this clip took things to another level. Some called it a natural miracle. Others believed it could be the result of environmental changes. Whatever the cause, the sight of two creatures sharing one body left the internet fascinated by nature's strange possibilities. Rare find. A blurry clip online showed a fish unlike anything people had ever seen. Its body was bloated, with feathery fins across the top. Most shocking of all was a third eye in the middle of the other two. No location was shared, which made skeptics call it a hoax. Others, however, believed it was a real mutation caused by environmental changes. Three-eyed fish have even been reported near areas of heavy pollution, though rarely recorded on film. Whether a clever edit or a genuine catch, the idea of fish evolving such traits struck a nerve, reminding us that nature doesn't always play by the rules. Boat catch. Ever experienced pulling what looks like a bundle of seaweed onto your boat that starts moving in your hands? That's exactly what this boatman experienced when he discovered a strange, twisting creature clinging to his boat. It had dozens of arms curled and unfolded like living wires. It terrified the man so much that he quickly placed it back in the water. Folks believed it was an alien creature, but in reality, it was a basket star, a rare relative of the starfish that usually lives deep below the surface. Rarely seen this close to people. Its spider-like arms made it look more like something out of science fiction than the ocean. Beached giant. On the coast of Andhra Pradesh, India, people gathered around a massive form lying still on the sand. The sheer size of the creature shocked everyone nearby. Locals speculated about sea monsters, but experts later leaned toward a whale, possibly a bride's or fin whale, swept ashore by strong currents. Beached whales are terrible yet powerful reminders of the vast life hidden in our oceans. But here's the eerie part. Many coastal traditions believe that when such giants appear, it signals a change in the sea itself, a warning of storms or changes we cannot yet see coming. Alaska monster. Boaters filmed what looked like a creature out of prehistory in the waters of Alaska. It had scaled, rugged skin that looked like a snake's skin. For a moment, its massive body seemed like a sea monster that time forgot, something from another era. Online viewers started giving theories of an ancient beast making a comeback. But marine experts identified it as a migrating gray whale, traveling its usual path from Alaska to California. Sometimes, nature itself creates illusions so powerful that even a common animal can look like a living relic. Mermaid or myth? Fishermen off the coast of Mexico captured footage that went viral online. In the waves, a figure with a human-like upper body and a fish-like tail could be seen gliding before diving out of sight. While skeptics argue it could be editing or a trick of the water, believers say this was the clearest proof of mermaids. What added intrigue was Mexico's rich coastal lore, where stories of sea women have circulated for centuries among fishing communities. Could it be that those tales were rooted in sightings like this? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. Strange sighting. In the waters of Singapore, fishermen spotted something extraordinary swimming beside their boat. The creature was long, nearly 40 feet, with smooth, dark skin. As it was moving forward, its strange human face could be seen. For several moments, it glided alongside the boat, almost studying them, before vanishing into the sea. Doubters dismissed it as an orca passing through, but many people were convinced that the footage captured an undocumented giant, an animal that science has yet to classify, but with no certain answer, its identity remained a mystery. Strange mass. Walking along a Michigan shore, this man stumbled upon something that seemed alive but impossible to classify. It was a slimy black mass, small enough to fit on his hand, yet constantly changing shape. At times it stretched, then shrank, as if it had no skeleton or form of its own. He compared it to living tar, moving like a creature from science fiction. Scientists have documented shape-shifting sea organisms like flatworms and gelatinous plankton, but none quite like this. But what looks alien today could be tomorrow's discovery. What do you think? Comment below. Conjoined whales. A group of fishermen spotted something floating off the coast of Baja California. At first, they thought it was just driftwood, but as they got closer, they found conjoined whale calves. Both were gray whales, about 10 feet long, much smaller than a normal newborn. They were joined from the stomach to the back, with 2 separate mouths and tails. But their blowholes were in such strange places, it's hard to imagine how they could have survived, even a few moments. No mother was around. Experts believe it was a rare birth, one nature couldn't carry forward. Strange encounter. You won't believe what this turned out to be. In 2022, a clip from Indonesia showed a massive tail in the water. At first glance, it looked like a giant snake, maybe even an anaconda. As the man moved the camera upward, the body kept stretching wider until the truth came out. It wasn't a snake at all. It was a Wells catfish, but not an average one. This one had an unusually long body, giving it the appearance of something out of a creature movie. It showed that sometimes even known species can take on forms that look completely unreal. Sea monster. In 2016, tourists visiting Alaska witnessed something that sent chills down their spines. While filming a glacier collapse, their camera caught something far stranger than falling ice. Just beyond the waves, 7 black, fin-like shapes rose from the water. The first 3 seemed attached, almost like the front of a massive body, while 4 more followed, resembling a tail. For a moment, it looked like a gigantic dragon or sea serpent moving beneath the surface. Netizens argued it was drifting ice, while many said the shapes moved in unison, alive. And with no explanation, the clip remained one of the most debated pieces of ocean footage ever captured. Sudden encounter.
Got a seal on the rock down here?
Tourists in Kiryat Yam, Israel, were filming the waves in 2013 when their camera captured something unusual on a rock. The figure looked like a person as they looked at its upper body, but a tail trailing into the water told a different story. Before they could zoom in for a closer look, it slipped back into the sea. The short clip spread quickly, with many arguing it was proof of mermaids, while others dismissed it as clever editing. Another online platform once aired similar footage, which only fueled more debate.
What is that? Oh my god! What is that?
Was it a trick, or a glimpse of something real hiding in the waves? Unexpected rescue. This rare piece of footage went viral online and left people talking about it. The clip showed a lobster weighing nearly 600 pounds that was spotted close to shore. At first, it looked like a boulder moving under the waves, but when a group of friends saw it closely, they realized it was alive. They rushed in, carefully pulling the massive creature onto the beach to keep it safe. Lobsters of this size are rarely seen, with most caught long before reaching such weight. This rescue not only saved an extraordinary animal, but also gave us a glimpse of how giants of the sea can still exist, hidden in plain sight. Mysterious sighting. Few lakes carry the same eerie reputation as Georgia's Lake Lanier, and this short clip only made things worse. The video showed a face peeking from the water, but it didn't look like anything familiar. Its features seemed strange, like a mix between a donkey and an alligator. Its full body was not visible. Just a face could be seen before the video cut off. Skeptics dismissed it as a deformed gator, but locals tied it to unsettling stories of an abandoned experimental lab near the lake. Whether natural or unnatural, Lake Lanier hid more than just its dark history. Mysterious carcass. In 2022, Florida beachgoers stumbled upon a massive, unrecognizable carcass washed up on shore. The pale white and gray mass had no clear head or tail, just a tangled form that seemed almost melted. Strangely, fishermen recalled nearly identical remains discovered in 2019 along the coast of Mexico. With two sightings years apart, speculation grew that these weren't random decaying whales, but the body of some enormous, unknown sea creature. Some even compared it to the legendary Loch Ness monster, suggesting the ocean might hide a similar beast. Whether natural or something extraordinary, the mystery of these remains has never been solved. Weird mix. A short clip showed what appeared to be a creature balancing on a leaf stem. Its face resembled an alligator, but its small, rounded body looked oddly like a hippopotamus, completely still. It gave no sign of breathing or movement. Skeptics dismissed it as a toy placed for a prank, while folks believed in the idea of a hybrid no one had seen before. In nature, hybrid animals are rare but not impossible, especially among closely related species. Whether clever editing or an overlooked oddity of the natural world, the strange hippo-gator left viewers guessing what they were really seeing. Mermaids at sea. For centuries, we have heard stories of mermaids that are half human, half fish beings said to rise from the sea. One of the earliest came from Christopher Columbus in 1493. And now we have this clip from 2005. It showed three figures in the middle of the ocean. They were diving in and out of the water waves, but they did not look half as beautiful as painted. The video quickly made its way online, and skeptics claim they might be just manatees or dugongs, and the poor quality of the clip only added weight to their claim. But believers said they were real mermaids, as we have seen many mermaid encounters across the world. What do you guys think? Comment below. Creepy cluster. A man exploring the ocean stumbled across a clump of tiny, pear-shaped black creatures. He picked them up, trying to identify what it was. The man even looked around for someone who might recognize them. To him, they seemed alien, but scientists quickly identified them as cuttlefish eggs, often called sea grapes. They lie in clusters by female cuttlefish and are attached to underwater structures like seaweed or rocks. They begin as dark, ink-stained capsules that gradually turn transparent as the embryo develops, revealing the baby cuttlefish inside. If you find them, return the eggs to the sea at low tide as soon as possible to give them a chance to hatch. Night mystery. Alaska's waters are known for their silence until one man's late-night boat trip turned unsettling. He noticed something rushing beneath the surface, moving too fast to be a fish. Then, through the quiet night, he heard a soft sound, almost like singing. Legends say sirens use their voices to lure sailors toward danger.
Where's she at? Where's she at?
And for a moment, the man felt drawn to the sound, leaning closer to the water. The clip ended right there, leaving viewers unsettled, and the man was never seen again. No one knows what happened to him. For centuries, sailors have blamed voices like this for ships drifting off course. If true, this recording might be proof of it.
Oh my god!
Unknown catch.
Pescado raro. Apuren para darle vida a este pescado.
It was supposed to be an ordinary fishing trip. The crew threw their nets in, expecting their usual catch. But when they pulled them back, tangled inside wasn't a fish they recognized. Its skin was dark gray, its fins unusually large, and its most unsettling feature was the completely toothless mouth. The fishermen stared, unable to identify it, before letting it slip back into the waves. To this day, no clear explanation exists for what they caught. Some say it might have been a rare, malformed sea creature. Others believe it was an undiscovered species that still roams the depths. Real-life venom?
Honestly, look at this.
On a rocky shore, a man captured something bizarre. He saw a white, slimy creature on a stone. It had thin, thread-like arms, and they were expanding and pulling back as if it were breathing. The man compared it to a real-life venom, straight out of a comic book. But marine biologists quickly recognized it as a snake-lock anemone, a species native to shallow waters of the East Atlantic and Mediterranean Sea. These creatures host algae within their tissues, giving them glowing shades of green and purple under UV light. Still, people can mistake their writhing movements and alien look, making it seem anything but natural. Sea anomaly. In Brazil, a man filmed a creature that terrified him the moment he saw it. It was long, dark, and moving in a slow, waving motion. It had many poisonous-looking tentacles on its top. As it moved forward, a fin could be seen attached to the top of its flat tail. The man shouted in fear, convinced he had seen a monster. When the footage reached the internet, some identified it as a sturgeon, one of the largest freshwater fish in the world. Growing up to 20 feet long, sturgeons are ancient fish that can easily be mistaken for something monstrous, especially when their size and movement seem almost otherworldly. Unknown carcass. This next video began with something unknown lying on the shore. It had a massive jaw filled with big teeth and a body too big for any known marine animal. The size alone made people shocked, with some insisting it was the remains of an unknown sea beast. But later, marine experts weighed in, saying the shape matched a sperm whale. These whales are among the deepest divers on Earth, and sometimes wash ashore after storms. But for many, the eerie sight of the carcass felt less like nature and more like a monster encounter. Storm find.
These sharks' teeth are everywhere. Look, there's one.
In Destin, Florida, a man named Jason shared footage of what he claimed was a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. After a storm swept through the area, he found a massive tooth lodged in the sand. To him, it looked unmistakably like a megalodon tooth. The size and sharp ridges certainly supported his claim, and netizens were quick to react. They believed it was a fossil washed ashore after the storm, and raised a bigger question that if such remains can surface so suddenly, does that mean the world's most legendary predator could still exist somewhere in the deep?
There's another one too. They're everywhere, man. Everywhere.
Ocean mystery.
Oh my gosh, right now we are out and there's a periscope taking pictures of us in the water.
Out on the ocean, a couple was enjoying their day when something strange appeared above the water. This looked like a thin, pipe-like object. The couple thought it was a periscope watching them, and the woman started shouting in shock, thinking they were being photographed, before it quickly sank back down and vanished completely. When the video surfaced online, experts said it had to be a submarine test, while viewers believed it was some unknown creature. A few even suggested it might be a new kind of surveillance technology. Whatever it was, the clip ended as suddenly as it began, with no answers.
This is so freaky. Holy crap, it is looking around.
Glowing creature. Late at night, a man sat in his car parked by the shoreline when something shining caught his eye. As he zoomed in with his camera, he saw what looked like a golden figure sitting by the water. Its body shimmered in the dim light, resembling a mermaid with a flowing tail. The man tried to get a clearer look, but darkness made it impossible. While most mermaid stories describe silver or sea green tails, golden ones are far rarer. There is an old myth that creatures like this use golden glow to attract people closer, and then they never return. Whether fact or story, the video left many unsettled by what he might have witnessed. Two-mouthed terror.
That's the fish with two mouths.
On Kootenai Lake in 2010, a fisherman reeled in something that left even locals speechless. It was a rainbow trout with not one, but two mouths. He brought it home and started looking around it closely. The first mouth opened wide as expected, but just below it, a second, smaller mouth lined with tiny teeth was visible.
And the other mouth with little teeth.
The trout measured about 19 inches long, healthy in every other way. It looked like a creepy mutation that might have resulted from pollution or even a lab experiment gone wrong. Biologists later explained that such deformities can occur when wounds heal abnormally, but seeing it in living form made this catch unforgettable. Lake Hybrid. A fisherman in New Zealand pointed his camera at the water and caught something no one expected. Coming out of the lake was a creature with a smooth, shining face that looked like a dolphin. But the surprise came when the rest of its body appeared. Instead of fins, it stretched into a long, eel-like tail, moving in ways no dolphin ever could. The strange mix of features left everyone questioning if it was an eel, a dolphin, or some kind of hybrid. Whatever it was, the clip remains one of the strangest sightings to ever come from New Zealand's waters. Winged swimmer. At first glance, it looked like just another ripple on the open water, but then something unusual began bouncing across the surface. From a distance, it seemed to have wings, flapping and dipping in and out of the waves. Its movements were not like any regular fish. The bizarre creature was seen for only a few seconds before it disappeared completely, leaving nothing behind. Was it a trick of the light, a rare, undiscovered animal, or something not yet recognized by science? To this day, no one has been able to explain what the camera captured. If you guys have seen anything like this, do share your experiences in the comments. Whale treasure. Off the waters of North Taliabu Island, Indonesia, a group of sailors noticed something unusual floating on the waves. They stopped their boats and gathered around it, carefully cutting its outer layer. The video ended before anyone could see more, but viewers believed they were collecting ambergris, commonly known as whale vomit. Though the name sounds unpleasant, ambergris is one of the most valuable natural substances on Earth. For centuries, it has been used in perfumes, medicine, and even food. Because it only forms inside sperm whales and is rarely found, a single discovery can be worth thousands of dollars. To these sailors, it wasn't just strange. It was treasure. Ghostly carcass.
It's one of the larger mysteries going on, and it has this pale, ghostly white, creepy...
In 2023, one of those secrets washed up on the shores of Papua New Guinea. Locals discovered a pale, eerie-looking body with features that didn't resemble any sea animal they knew. Some said it looked like a mermaid, while experts called it a lobster, a term for mysterious sea remains. But before any scientists could study it, the locals quickly buried it. With no DNA samples, all those remains were just unsettling photos. Some marine biologists think it could have been a decomposed sea mammal, but the human-like form left room for debate.
Because it was buried quickly, and before any experts could get a DNA sample to analyze it, everyone is just as confused as we are.
Massive serpent. On a beach in Indonesia, beachgoers froze as waves revealed a massive serpentine form just beneath the surface. The creature was enormous, moving across the water with movements unlike any whale or shark. Its long body was gliding for a few minutes near the shore before going into the deeper sea. The footage led to thoughts of sea serpents, the same kind sailors feared centuries ago, believing they could sink entire ships. Whether it was a misidentified animal or something still unrecorded by science, one thing was clear: the ocean still hides creatures far beyond human understanding. Canal creature.
Pra você.
In Rio de Janeiro, locals gathered as an unrecognizable marine creature washed up in a canal. Its smooth skin appeared gray and black, with a head oddly shaped like a human's. Authorities quickly covered the body and transported it for examination. Rumors spread online that scientists performed an autopsy, but kept their findings secret. Theories of alien origins gained attention, especially with rumors of underwater extraterrestrial bases in South America. But authorities have always seen covering up such sightings. And the same happened with this clip. Without any official statement, the truth remained hidden. Thailand Naga. A peaceful boat ride down Thailand's Chao Phraya River turned into something unforgettable. Passengers filming the view suddenly caught sight of a creature gliding near the surface. It had a crocodile-like snout, and rising from its back was a sail-shaped ridge. The people began calling it the Naga, a serpent of Southeast Asian tradition, believed to appear as a sign of change. But folks said that it looked like a Spinosaurus, a prehistoric predator with similar features. Whether a natural animal or something stranger, the sight left people talking about it for years. Lake monster. Two women boating on a lake in New York suddenly noticed something floating near the surface. At first glance, they thought it was just a pike, but as it moved closer, its shape didn't match. The creature seemed to breathe strangely, almost gasping above the water. Its body shifted in odd ways that didn't match any ordinary fish behavior. The women filmed in shock, talking nervously as it swam away. Experts couldn't identify the species from the clip, leaving its identity unknown. Whether it was a rare animal or something undiscovered, the sighting added another mystery to New York's waters. It's time for today's open discussion. On a beach in Iraq, a couple stumbled across what looked like a humanoid skeleton with a long tail. Shocked, they reported it to the authorities. By the next morning, forensic teams had already begun examining the remains. Locals said that it could be the body of a mermaid. The story gained even more attention because of its location, Mesopotamia, the birthplace of the first mermaid myth. Ancient texts describe Atargatis, the Assyrian goddess who transformed into a mermaid around 1000 BC. For many, the discovery felt like history resurfacing, blurring the line between ancient myth and something tangible lying on the sand. What do you say? Comment below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.